Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Now, finally, it's here, it's official. Alright, so we're gonna get Hu Tao apparently in the next 3 days I guess, because that's what they've been teasing in the official Genshin Impact YouTube channel and also the official Genshin Impact forums. Alright, so apparently Hu Tao is supposedly the next character, I think. Now we still don't have info on the banner that's to come, like what would be the 4 stars that will appear alongside with her. That's going to be interesting, right? So I really like the teaser. If you guys have not seen it yet, I'm going to link it in the description below. It's really interesting to see the interaction, and she did briefly mention something about Zhongli as well, because she's the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's director or something. So what's more important is Hu Tao's abilities. So let's jump into it and have a look at what she's capable of. On this post right here, again, I'll link it in the description below. Let's have a look. Okay, 77 director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. This is how she looks like. Alright, she's a pyro type, pole arm as well. So if you guys decide or you plan to go for her, you want to build her as your 5-star for pyro, make sure you have a good pole arm ready, alright, preferably. I'm not even sure what would be a good pole arm on her, but definitely the current Staff of Homa seems to be a very decent option. Of course, if you don't have a 5-star, I think something like a deathmatch might even be okay with her. Okay, so right here is mentioned Hu Tao is a burst damage dealer, which is really interesting. Apparently, there's a lot of characters that fits this role. I think Zhongli pretty much fits this role as well, but I know with the recent buff of Zhongli, you can use Zhongli in any way or form. But yeah, burst damage dealer is something that I'm akin to. I'm a big fan of this category of damage dealers because you just swap them in, use their E, use their Q, and then swap them out. Something like Xingqiu, for example, right? And then I would say Venti fits this similar role as well. Alright, so her elemental skill consumes a part of her HP to increase damage dealt for a short time. So elemental burst instantly damages enemies and heals Hu Tao. This is really interesting. Alright, so can she be used as a healer? I guess she can, but it only heals Hu Tao herself. Apparently it does not heal anyone else, which is a bummer. Alright, again, there's some story right here. I will just skip through this. If you guys want to read it, I'll link it in the description below. Okay, so let's jump into what Hu Tao is capable of. We're gonna have a look at her talents. Now, normal attack, Secret Spear of Wangsheng. So this is how it looks like. It's pretty cool. Her charge attack, yeah, that's very cool. It looks really fast as well. I'm not sure on this image, this particular GIF image right here, that we can tell who is faster between Hu Tao or Xiao. But so far, based on my experience of testing, I think Zhongli and Xiao is slightly faster than Xiangling. And yeah, she looks really in that fast category as well. So I guess normal attack might not be too bad on her. Her charge attack is going to be much similar to Xiangling's one, right? Because it lunges her forward. It's just that the animation is modified a little bit. So compared to Zhongli, where he also lunges forward, but in a different way. And then Xiao's one is more like hitting the enemy upwards into the air, right? Okay, so moving on to her elemental skill. Now things gets complicated right here. Apparently Hu Tao consumes a part of her HP, knocking nearby enemies back and entering this thing called the Paramita Papillo state. So hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now this reminds me a lot of Xiao. Xiao's elemental burst, of course, right? Where, you know, Xiao is just going to enter this state which imbues him with animal damage, whereas Hu Tao, I believe, is gonna get the pyro damage bonus. So let's have a look. Increase Hu Tao's attack based on her max HP at the time of entering this state. So current HP doesn't matter. If she has very low HP, it doesn't matter because it's all based upon max HP, right? And also the attack bonus gain this way cannot exceed 400% of Hu Tao's base attack. So obviously we'll have to do some calculation right there. And yeah, based on this, it's going to be really unique to build her because she can be built in HP as well. And I'm glad to see more of this. I just wish that the developers would introduce more characters that scales off HP or defense. I'm really sick of all the characters having this scale based on crit rate, crit damage, etc. So having them scale off HP and defense is going to be much more universal in my opinion. So Hu Tao's attack damage is converted to pyro damage, which cannot be overridden by any other elemental infusion. So increases Hu Tao's resistance to interruption. That's really cool. So that means that in this state, she has increased resistance to interruption, meaning that enemies that hit her will not be able to stagger her or mini stun her in a way, which can be cool, okay? So Paramita Papillo ends when its duration is over or when Hu Tao has left the battlefield or fallen. So that makes sense. So again, this entire state is going to be really interesting. It's going to be similar to how, Xiao and Razor's ultimates are, but this time it's present on an elemental skill. I guess it's going to be interesting. So we're going to have a look at how it works. So apparently in the Paramita Papillo state, Hu Tao's charge attacks apply the Blood Blossom effect to enemies it hits. Very interesting. So what is this Blood Blossom thing? It applies to enemy hits with charge attacks. Okay, so enemies affected by this thing, Blood Blossom, will take pyro damage every 4 seconds. This damage is considered elemental skill damage. Okay, so it scales off Hu Tao's pyro damage. So obviously, just like any other character with, pyro element, most of the time you want to be giving them the pyro damage bonus. So each enemy can be affected by only one Blood Blossom effect at a time, and its duration may only be refreshed by Hu Tao herself. Alright, makes sense. So apparently you can refresh this, which is pretty cool. It looks like the ideal way is you want to spam. You don't want to spam this, right? You want to use this charge attack once and then chain with a couple of normal attacks, because I'm not sure how long this will last. It says that pyro damage will occur every 4 seconds, but how long will this Blood Blossom effect stays on the enemy? It's not mentioned right here. Apparently we're gonna find that out later. Okay, so as you guys can see, Spirit Suitor. So Hu Tao commands a Blazing Spirit to deal pyro damage in a large AoE. Upon striking the enemy, regenerates a percentage of Hu Tao's max HP. So this effect can be triggered up to 5 times based on the number of enemies hit. So what effect? Oh, the regeneration. That particular part can trigger up to 5 times. So if you hit 5 enemies, I guess, you will be able to heal up to full. So this makes more sense to build her in the HP side, because ideally, if you build her into HP, that means that she can have high HP. Let's say she can have 40,000 HP. So 50% of that is 20,000. So at least you don't get one-shotted by the enemies instantly. You can have your HP reduced by 50% to be able to benefit from the damage or HP regeneration right here, right? So yeah, that's the only skills that are announced. And anything else? They didn't mention specifically about her talents. I mean the passive talent, right? What will she have the ability to do it? Either decrease stamina from sprinting, those etc. So yeah, overall let me know what you guys think of Hu Tao. I guess it's official. Most likely she will be appearing right after the Keqing banner ends, which is going to be in approximately 3 days time. So let me know if you guys are excited, if you guys are hyped. Are you guys gonna pull for Hu Tao? Have you guys been saving for her, etc? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.